Hi there, as usually it's me, just a voiceover, and you're watching Review Machines. The other day we made a review of the newest electric scooter Citycoco. You might have seen that video. Today they have more powerful all-wheel drive model, and we are going to make the toughest off-roading test of this scooter. But the first thing I should say, we would test this vehicle in extreme conditions. Frankly speaking, this scooter is not cut out for that, so don't make the same things with your scooters, otherwise they may be broken. We just want to find out the limits of this vehicle, so do not repeat after us. You'd better make some tea and get comfortable, my friends. We are to start right now. By the way, it seems I'm already a pro at pasting stickers, doesn't it? Speaking about the scooter, it's like the previous models we reviewed. The main difference is an all-wheel drive. That is why this scooter is considered for using not only on good roads, but also on some rough terrain in cross-country. It may be good for going hunting and fishing and so on. Well, as I said, we reviewed the similar models, but let's again refresh the main technical details of these vehicles. What a pleasure to unpack the new vehicle, where not even a fly was sitting. As I said, the main difference is that now we have both rear and front motor wheels. Each motor is 2000 watts power, so the total power is 4000. Besides, there are two independent controllers, so you may choose yourself what motor to use, rear, front or all together. Here it is, the buttons for it. The next difference that this model has an aggressive tire tread. So as a fact, we have all-wheel drive and mud tires, like a real off-roader. Then there are two batteries, 21 Ah each. Both batteries are demountable, with comfy handles, so it's easy to carry them. The design of the frame is almost the same. The only new thing is a metal bottom case to prevent damages on off-roading. On one hand it's good, but the other side it's an obvious anchor for getting stuck in mud. The suspension system is rather soft and comfy. We'll see how it works in practice. Then we see hydraulic disc brakes of both wheels and a leather two-passenger seat, and there are back and footsteps for passenger. The lights are extremely powerful, I think even more than we need in regular use. The handlebar is pretty standard, there are big rear view mirrors, and finally big and bright display with blue light, start button and smartphone holder. That's it. Let's move to the practice now. As I said, this scooter is cut out for cross-country, but we start this test on asphalt. The first thing I noticed, this vehicle is quite noisy, unlike the previous models. Certainly it's due to the tires. They are good for dirt, but noisy for asphalt. As to the handling, it's perfect. The battery is integrated in the frame. It results in low gravity center, so it's quite good at handling. Then, as we remember, there are two motors. If we switch on them both, we get an insane acceleration. It speeds up twice as fast as previous models. Then, if you choose two-wheel drive scooter, you should take into account that the idle run here is worse than a rear drive model. Besides, it's heavier and the tires are aggressive, so all that results in less range. But we will test it a little bit later. And now let's check the maximum speed. Despite it accelerates much faster, the maximum speed is limited here. Let's find out. Well, as we can see, the maximum speed is limited at 60 km/h. Well, it's enough of asphalt. Let's move to the cross-country. And here there are the conditions this scooter is really made for. Only in cross-country we can feel all the advantages of the 2x2 version. For example, now we have a dry road, and it's possible to ride here on a rear drive scooter without a problem. But after even a little rain, it will be too slippery for rear drive. But here, 2x2 drive with mud tires is much more comfy to ride even on a forest road after rain. It is worse on asphalt, but definitely much better for cross-country. Besides, it's so powerful, 4000 watts, it's really a lot for the most cases. I should say it's a great fun to ride this scooter on forest roads. Speaking about the suspension performance, it's quite important for the vehicle that is made for cross-country. The rear suspension works properly. It has enough travel for the most hammocks. As to the front suspension, to my mind, it's too soft. On one hand, it's good for comfort, but sometimes its travel is not enough for cross and serious roughnesses. The traction of both motors is enough to climb on hills even from the spot without acceleration, and the hill is quite steep, as we can see. And now let's move to the really tough tests. As we know, we have all-wheel drive and mud tires. That is definitely good for offroading. But for all that, these conditions are too much for this scooter. The matter is, we didn't make any additional waterproofing. Everything is just in stock. But if you want to go to a real offroading, an advanced waterproofing is strongly recommended. Well, two torquey electric motors, 2000 watts each, provide here quite decent performance. But as I said, the metal bottom cover sometimes grazes against the ground. That irritates. Well, now the scooter seems so dirty. Let's wash it. Actually, to do such things, as I mentioned, you have to make an additional waterproofing. But we are interested how long the scooter will sustain such test without it. Well, I several times crossed this lake, so to speak, but the scooter is still alive. Okay, let's keep on trying. Finally, I got tired to swim here, and I just left the scooter in water, and it was been there for about 20 minutes. And after that procedure, the vehicle actually died. Well, let's get back on the ground, cause we still have one more test to do. It's a new day. We charged both batteries and now ready to start the range test. I will test the range riding on a rear drive. In theory, in this way we will get the best result. I ride at a speed 40 km/h. And while we are riding, I can tell you what the matter happened with the sunken scooter. The water got into the bottom and flooded some electronical gears. But after we dried it, everything again turned to be alright, and the scooter was ready to drive. Well, let's turn to the final result. And it's 76 kilometers. And the only thing we should discuss is the prices. And the actual price is $1,600. And now let's call it a day. Thanks for riding with us, my friends. Please consider subscribing the channel if you liked this video. Stay with us. There will be many more interesting materials here. Goodbye.